Of the Collingwood cheer squad. Joffa, welcome.
Thank you.
Joffa, and can I just kick it off by saying the Collingwood cheer squad on Saturday were very welcoming.
Yes,
Joffa,
yes.
Everyone was more than happy to invite me into the fold. Bridgie.
Till which point? It was at the bit, because they really smashed you, Joffa. What a match.
Yes, but we don't go smashing holes into seats or surrounding walls in the area, do we? Do we, Lehmo?
Is that a mention, crack at Alistair Clarkson, the coach, for putting a hole in the
If
wall?
he's
of the
smashing
coach?
holes like that when they're winning, I hate to think what happens when they lose.
No, Lehmo was very well behaved, but I think at time, if he had have been in the Hawthorn members, I think he would have unleashed big time.
I tell you, when I'm a bit like you, Joff, when I'm at the footy. To be fair, I get vocal and I really get into it. But at the end, when Hawthorn were winning, Bridge, I just sat there with my arms folded and kept my head down. I thought I don't want to antagonise anyone.
Well, Joffa, you're a nice fellow. There's no denying that, and media savvy.
Oh, yeah.
What about some of the cheer squad who perhaps aren't as pleasant as yourself? Did any of them want to punch him out?
Well, look, I don't know what they wanted to do in their minds, but no. Look, I think a lot of unkind things get said about cheer squads of all clubs, and I think especially the Collingwood cheer squad. And I think that what Lehmo did on the weekend was what football is all about. It's all about having fun, and when the siren goes, you shake hands and move on.
That's right. People came up to me and they said congratulations, and then I was shaking my hand. Well done, Hawks are great today.
Well, we should point out you weren't there because you wanted to be. You were there because we made you. You lost gender warfare.
That is true. You did make me. But they run a tight ship in the Collingwood cheer squad. Joffa, I was very impressed. Someone at one point from another section of the crowd came to hand me a drink, and Joffa said, no, there is no drinking in the Collingwood cheer squad. No
really?
drinking at all.
Is that because drinking can lead to bad behaviour?
Well, absolutely. And the crazy thing about cheer squads is that the adjoining bay can drink, and the adjoining bay is only half a metre away.
Yeah.
But the cheer squad itself can't, and which is good.
Yeah.
But so many people get confused where cheer squad areas are behind the goals, and so many times you come home from the football and the radio says, "Oh, they're at it again." But because people can't define what is cheer squad and what isn't.
Is that every cheer squad doesn't drink, or just yours?
Well, I'm pretty sure most clubs have enforced that ban, but the Collingwood one has, and you can't go into the cheer squad intoxicated, and you cannot drink while the game is on.
Lehmo, how'd you get in?
So there we go. I actually snuck in a beer at half time, but I didn't drink while I was in the
I would have had a gallon before I went into that, I'll tell you. Now, Joffa, I want to ask you a proper football question, because I was listening to some commentary after the game, and gee, the Collingwood supporters were getting stuck into Travis Cloke, saying, we don't want him, let him go. What is your feeling on the Travis Cloke situation?
Well, as a part of the supporter group of Collingwood, and this is not the club's opinion, but I think as a supporter, you want your players to show what you show. Loyalty and to happy to be a part of the establishment.
You want them to love the club the way you do.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when someone is on see, at the moment, I see Cloke as he's not playing with us next year because he hasn't said he is.
Yeah.
So, and Collingwood, I reckon Collingwood have been good to Cloke. We've had him since he was 17 or something. Yeah. And I think it's disappointing that he can't stand up and say, hey, I want to be a part of this establishment because it's good and all that sort of wonderful stuff. So I really believe personally it's having an effect on the whole ship, because if we're not happy 7 weeks out from the finals, something's wrong.
I definitely agree. I reckon if they don't sort out the next couple of weeks, Collingwood might lose their chances at grand final.
Absolutely. And they need Travis Cloke playing well if they're going to win the flag. And you can bet your bottom dollar he would have received a pretty damn good offer from the Collingwood Football Club.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being on whatever he's on per year.
Well, Joffa, you deserve to be on what he's on for what Lehmo did to you on Saturday. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for welcoming our boy into your cheer squad.
Thank you, Joffa. And I will never say a bad word about the Collingwood cheer squad. You are all magnificent.
Yes.
I thank you for being so showing such great hospitality.